Hello. This video is intended to assist residents or prospective applicants with the process of creating a variance application. Variances are intended only to allow deviations from standards established by the City of Tempe Zoning and Development Code. In accordance with state law, a variance cannot be used to allow a land use in a zoning district where it is otherwise prohibited. It is strongly encouraged to discuss the need for or applicability of a variance with planning staff before submitting a formal application. To submit a formal application, you'll begin on our Applications, Forms, and Permits page on the City of Tempe website. All applications are to be submitted to our Citizen Access portal, which can be accessed by clicking on the link or large blue square on our Applications, Forms, and Permits webpage. If you have not done so already, you will be required to register for an account through our online portal in order to submit a formal application. Turning back to the Applications, Forms, and Permits page, you can access the variance application form by scrolling down and selecting Variance. This will take you to our variance application form. The cover page includes a brief description identifying the purpose of the variance, which, as I stated before, is intended to allow for deviations from objective development standards within the Zoning and Development Code. These deviations are evaluated based on 4 criteria, which we'll get to later on in the application. Second page of this document identifies the process by which variance applications are reviewed. You can go through a preliminary site plan review process, but this is entirely optional. The preliminary site plan review process will allow other departments to evaluate your variance request and provide you for preliminary feedback before you submit a formal application. When you do submit your formal application, the administrative review process begins. This will be completed within 2 days of the submittal date. Please note that the deadline for all submittals is at Monday at 5 p.m. or the next business day if it's a holiday. All projects are reviewed for completeness after this Monday at 5 p.m. deadline. An administrative completeness will be provided to you if all of the materials contained in the variance application checklist are provided. If there are items that are missing, the project will be returned to you with a notice requesting more information. Once a project or application is deemed administratively complete, it will be assigned to a planner on the following Wednesday. The planner will reach out to you, informing you that it has been assigned to them and give you their contact information within the next day or 2. All application materials are reviewed within 15 business days of the 5 p.m. Monday deadline. The planner will mark up the materials, and then if corrections are needed, they will upload those markups to the Citizen Access portal for the applicant to make revisions. Final materials must be given to staff within 5 weeks of a Board of Adjustment hearing. Once the materials are deemed substantively complete, a hearing will be scheduled with the Board of Adjustment. Please note that all variance projects must go through a public involvement process. Applicants will be required to complete a public involvement plan to be reviewed by the assigned planner, and from then, the applicant will be required to host a neighborhood meeting that is held no later or no sooner than 30 days before the first public hearing. Getting into the variance application checklist, please note that you can review all of the required zoning and development fees using the first link. As noted in item number 2, all attachments, all required materials must be submitted to the Citizen Access portal to be reviewed. Section B, item number 3, links to the planning application and property owner authorization form. This must be completed as part of all variance applications. You can provide the project name, address, and a brief description. Please provide all property owner information, which may be the same as the applicant information in the following fields. Please note a property owner's signature is required. In the final section, please identify the number of variances requested. All applications are also required to submit what is called an affidavit of public notification. Please include your name, printed and signature and date, and submit this with your application materials. All successful and administratively complete applications must include a letter of explanation. All variance requests must address all 4 of the criteria against which variance requests are evaluated. Those are detailed both in section 3-9309D of the Zoning and Development Code and are detailed in this application form. Please provide a response to all criteria. An administratively complete application must also include context photos. Up to 6 photos can be provided per sheet, and a location map should be included to assist staff in identifying where each photo was taken from. As noted before, a public involvement plan is required as part of the public neighborhood meeting process. Full instructions for creating a public involvement plan and public involvement final report are provided in the PIP manual, which is linked to in this section, and there's a code section link regarding neighborhood meetings. Please provide all items for the public involvement plan to be reviewed by staff. Please note that you will be required to coordinate with your assigned planner to identify a neighborhood meeting date that the planner can attend, and so as to ensure there are no conflicts with existing commission meetings or existing neighborhood meetings. Variance applications must include a site plan. Please review the site plan checklist for all required pieces of information. Depending on the scope of work or depending on the specific request of the variance, additional materials may be required. Please coordinate with the assigned planner or with planning staff prior to your formal application to determine what you need to provide as part of your application. These may include, but are not limited to, black-line building elevations, building sections, and/or floor plans. Additionally, a concurrent development review application may be required in addition to variance request. Additionally, if the site has multiple owners or tenants, an ownership tenant list may also be required that complies with the format included in the submittal checklist. Thank you, and please do not hesitate to reach out to planning staff at 480-350-4311 to talk with a planner about your variance request. Thank you.